So you talking about Somalis. When did y'all become black? Last time I checked, you do not identify as black. You identify as Somali. What that representative from Somalia was talking about, how you got in there and took a spot from a black American. That's your own people said that? And she's there to represent Somalis? So that's not black, ma'am. We identify as black. Everybody else in the diaspora do not identify as black. We're the only group who would say they're black, even in the continent of Africa, for the most part, would be South Africans. Maybe those in Namibia, too. I think Namibians, too. But outside of Namibia, and outside of, I guarantee South Africa for sure. But in America, we are black. That is, of course, our race and our particular ethnicity wrapped into one. Y'all came to this country and say, I'm not black, I'm Somali. That's what y'all said. And that's fine because y'all do identify as Somali. I don't take an issue with that. But see, this what you're not going to do, Ilhan, what you're not going to do, when Trump and them is on y'all head, don't be sitting up here trying to virtue signal us and say, yeah, you're coming after black immigrants and a black immigrant community. We know exactly what you're doing. Say Somali. Don't say black. You don't do nothing for black folk. Not a freaking thing.
So this is the response to that Somalian guy talking about if they kick Somalis out, then everybody leaving with them, including African Americans. Hello, sir. Let me tell you this right now. We went through slavery and everything we went through to get here in America. Now, we're not going to leave now, sir. We're here to stay. Y'all came late. Y'all didn't go through what we going through. And I'm sorry, y'all here illegally. You got to go. If you're here legally, stay. But if you're here illegally, you got to go. That's just the laws of the land. Don't get mad at me. I didn't write the rules of the land. It's the laws of the land. Come here legally, do everything you need to do right to get here legally, and you good. But most of y'all came over illegally. You got to go. And we're not on your side. If Trump kicked y'all out, so what? Get out. I'm being real. We've already had to go through our hard time here in America, and it's hard for right now for African Americans still. Y'all trying to make it harder for us. Nah, y'all take y'all Somalian stuff that ain't American, get up out of here. Real talk. Share this video.
I have a whole lot to say about this Somalian situation. So I have a question. If there's someone or a group of people disrespecting you, right? But you still feel the need to defend for them for some sort of reason, doesn't that make you a punk? Now, I understand people want to defend for the illegals. I get it because of how it looks and everything. But again, if a group of people is disrespecting another group of people, but yet they claim that we're supposed to defend for them and be alongside with them because we so-called look alike, but we're not the same. So if that group, the Somalian group, they disrespecting black people as a black American, okay, and after what my ancestors went through, okay, after all that they went through, why would I defend for them? Won't that make me look like a cop-out, a sellout to my own race of people? Like, now to be clear, I do not idolize my race or nothing like that at all. However, I don't negate the history of my culture. I don't negate any of that at all, because if it wasn't for the black culture, we would not see what we see today as far as like fashion, everything, right? We would not be able to experience the labor, the fruits of the labor, everything else within this world, within the United States and everything else like that, whatever. So if I'm defending for a group of people who is constantly disrespecting us, constantly, but yet at the same time, it's like they acquire for us to defend for them, that makes me a punk, does it not? I don't know. Y'all can let me know, but I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out. Like, a cop-out. Straight up. And again, it don't matter if you are independent, conservative, or Republican, okay? If you're black in America, okay? We need to stand up against this, because how they disrespecting us is not right, period. Like, why we should not be defending for these people? No.
I'm watching some of Leo Spells live, and I've seen two people from two different backgrounds call black Americans slaves. I've seen a Somali person call us a slave and start cussing women out, calling us bees and hoes. And I've heard a Latino man call us slaves. You're nothing but slaves. Y'all don't know where y'all come from. You people are nothing. You build nothing. You own nothing. You're nothing. You're nothing. And I'm like, wow, like y'all really have these sentiments and y'all have these negative views and such vitriol and disdain toward us for what? We built nothing, yet you're coming to a country that our ancestors built. You're coming to a country that has an infrastructure that we heavily helped to curate and create. My lineage built the literal White House. We've built buildings all over this goddamn. My father was a construction worker building buildings. He helped to build the Freedom Towers during 9/11 when those towers fell down. He was there helping to rebuild that site. I know so many of my other friends, Black American, who their fathers were literally building monumental buildings all around this goddamn country. So for people to come here and say that, especially immigrants that would not have been able to migrate here had it not been for Black Americans without an immigrant background, you all, especially the people from Somali and from those countries with certain religions, especially the women, y'all wouldn't even have basic human fucking rights. Y'all come here and pop it to Black Americans and pop it on the internet when you would not even be able to pop it on the internet like that in your own country. You would not be able to disparage the president or the leaders in your own countries because you would be off with your motherfucking head. So the fact that these people keep coming, you're a slave, bitch, what the fuck are you? What are you? Especially people in those African countries, because a lot of you all, it's very sad, but a lot of you all are still being sold into slavery present day. In Latin communities, Mexico, the trafficking is diabolical. Y'all are selling y'all fucking kids. It's just very sad what's going on in other parts of the world. So for you all to come and look your nose down on us and say we own nothing, we have nothing, what the fuck do y'all have? What do y'all build? What do y'all own? Y'all fled y'all's homeland. Y'all did not stay and fight. Y'all have no soul, no rhythm, no blues. Y'all do not fight. Y'all flee. And y'all come to a table that was built by the blood, sweat, and tears of Black Americans and talk shit to us and call us slaves. If it wasn't for those slaves, you wouldn't be able to come here. There would not be this great country, the land of milk and honey that everybody and their mother wants to migrate to. It's just so utterly disrespectful and disgusting. And I don't even get offended no more. Y'all keep calling us a slave. Nobody's offended by that. Because guess what? That is a testament to the fact that we are survivors. We are the most resilient group of motherfucking Black people on planet Earth. They have been trying to G-side us, literally wipe us out. They wiped out some of our entire bloodlines, but we are the ones that survived. And I'm going to keep saying that and singing it from the fucking rooftops. I am very proud of the cloth that I'm cut from. I'm very proud to be a Black American woman. I am very proud of my ancestors. I'm very proud of what my ancestors were able to withstand so that I could be here today. So that y'all funky asses could come and tether and migrate your funky skunt asses over here right now. If it was not for the slaves that y'all keep trying to talk down on and make fun of. Like, who makes a joke saying slave, slave, slave? When you talking about you didn't build shit. Bitch, you didn't build shit. You can't even fucking build a country that's governed by you. Y'all keep talking about colonization. They stealing this, they stealing it, blah, blah, blah. You all run your own fucking countries. Y'all not living side by side with people that's been trying to oppress you and unalive you for years the way that we do, thriving at the same race that we thrive. Have some fucking grace, bitch. Spread of it's the Brooklyn way. The fuck, bitch? Calling us slaves? Disrespecting our fucking ancestors? That's why I hope all of y'all get the fuck up out of here, the ones that think like that. So the other ones that's cool, this ain't for you. So don't pop it in my fucking comment section, bitch, because I don't want to hear it. It gets to a point. We've been way too nice. That's why y'all talking all of that hot money, big money, cash money shit. Because we've been way too nice. Now we start to grab our nuts and y'all can't fucking take it. Bitch.
Somali people have clearly stated that if you're a Black American like myself, that we're not the same. They're saying, hey, no, we're Somali. You guys are American. I know we're the same skin color, but we're different. They're saying all Americans. So if you're from America here, no matter the color of your skin, they're going to take over all Americans. And they're saying we're Somali. So that's a clear distinction, clear difference. And they're saying, hey, no, we don't want to be them. We're not them. We're separate. Don't call us your brother. They're saying you Blacks in America, we're not your brothers. We're from Somali. We have our own brothers. You guys have your own brothers, which is all Americans.
I mean, listen, some people could learn some stuff from them about how arrogant they is about this country that they are taking over.
We Black Americans do not owe anyone a damn thing, especially any individual or any group or any organization that is anti-Black and racist. For example, the Somali situation. They came out last year and boldly lent their support and advocacy to the felon-in-chief. They ignored Black Americans because of their anti-Blackness. Now they are dealing with the consequences of their vote. As well they should. It's time for these folks to be big boys and big girls and take their medicine. Now all of a sudden they are Black, when just a year ago they stated that they were Somalis. They weren't Black American. They were Somalis, they were Muslim, and they were Arabs. Because see, like many other POC groups who immigrate over here, they believe that they are superior to us, and they have bought into all of the white supremacist lies and talking points about the Black American community. And they have not only bought into those lies, but they continue to teach and spread those lies within their own communities. Black Americans, we have really seen that within the past year, ever since the presidential election. We do not owe anybody or anyone our forgiveness, our grace, our empathy, or our compassion. For me personally, I have none for them. It is not Black Americans' fault that we are standing alone. Should we be unified with especially other members of the diaspora? Yes. But I choose to live in reality, and we are not. And again, it is not Black Americans' fault. We are the one group in the United States of America that have had to fight to have our humanity recognized, and then to fight for the rights that we deserve. And because of our struggle and our sacrifice, many of these immigrant groups, including members of the diaspora, have come over here after the main struggle was ended and the Civil Rights Act was passed, and have enjoyed the fruits of our labor, starting businesses, going to school, when they become eligible, voting and participating in the democratic process, and taking other opportunities, again made possible by Black American fight for justice and equity and equality. But turning around and then looking down on us and spewing white supremacist lies. And we all know what they are. They advocated specifically the Somalis for the felon-in-chief last year, and they did indeed vote for him and helped to put his regime in power, and now they are dealing with those consequences. And now all of a sudden they want to be Black. We're all Black. No, the hell we are not. These white leftists and progressives, I have always said that they are the same brand of ice cream as MAGA and Republicans. They're just a different flavor. And boy, have they been showing their asses ever since Jasmine Crockett announced she's running for Senate. The woman is already in Congress. Think about that. She is just running to switch houses. She will not get an increase in pay, but she believes, and I believe it too, that she will be more effective in the Senate. And these folks have come out the woodwork with all of their bullshit, the same routine that they pulled on Kamala Harris last year. But we see you all. All of you all are motivated by two things: your racism and your misogyny. Black Americans, the only thing that we have to do and need to do is to continue to be Black American, and then when it is time, die. That's it. We don't owe these people our support. We don't owe them our advocacy that they seem to think that they're entitled to, despite their racism and anti-Blackness. Even those of us within our own community who sided with white supremacy. All of them can take a first-class express ticket straight to the pit of hell. Black Americans, we stand alone, but that's okay because y'all, we are enough. Keep that in mind and be careful out here.
Somalis. What's going on, Somalis? How y'all doing this morning, afternoon, or evening? Wherever you see this video, how y'all doing? Now, why y'all have so much anger and disrespect towards the Black Americans? Why? Why y'all so upset that we're not speaking up for y'all? Why? Just talk to me, Somalis. Why are y'all so upset? Why the vitriol and anger towards us? And not towards the YT man? Why? That's why I don't get. Why the displaced anger towards us, the Black Americans? Y'all never liked us. Y'all never even rock with us. Just being for real, just being honest. And I'm seeing countless of videos of what y'all did in Minnesota, right? Y'all say, well, we marched for y'all doing the Black Lives Matter. I said, Black Lives Matter? Yeah, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, Black Lives Matter. George Floyd, all the Somalis, we marched in the streets in solidarity for the Black Americans or when the police unalived George Floyd. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I saw y'all marching for George Floyd, I just looked at it as just an even, fair exchange. You know why? On what we did for y'all. And what we did for y'all was we donated money to feed the children.
This is a wet feeding center. That means cooked food is being distributed here. This is very good because we're sure then this is reaching those most in need. These people have traveled from very far and many are losing children along the way, and we have to ramp up these operations. Over 300,000 people here in Mogadishu need help, and those numbers are growing daily. But the cooked food needs to be fortified. We need to add in the vitamins that can help protect these children even better. And so these contributions that are coming in will go directly to operations like this and fortifying this food.
See, a lot of the commercials that we seen back in the day, maybe 30 years prior, or even 2011, matter of fact, I'm going to use 2000, even in 2011, Black Americans sent money to Somalia to feed the people. Your people. We sent money there. Even in the early 90s, we sent money to y'all to feed the children. So we seen them little babies with the ribs showing. We seen them videos of them telling us that how women walk 100 miles with the babies and some of the babies didn't make it so they can get to the food center where we was giving y'all food. That was our money that we sent. So least y'all can do is march for George Floyd. So now it's an even exchange. We don't owe you nothing. You don't owe us nothing. You get what I'm saying? We fed the children out there. So don't bring up this what y'all did for us in George Floyd. But don't bring up how we fed the children. Because keep in mind, even Michael Jackson had y'all in the videos. You get what I'm saying? Back in the 80s, early 90s, he had y'all in the videos. With the starving babies, with the big head like mine. Maybe a little bigger. Some of them babies' head was big as mine. But we felt bad for you, Somalis. And I thank y'all for marching. Now, we don't owe you nothing now. You don't owe us nothing, and we don't owe you nothing. Okay? Y'all have a good one, Somalis.
I've been saying that Black Americans don't have allies for the longest, right? Now, this proves my point. Out there in Minnesota, a young Black mother was looking for a daycare to put her children. What do you know? The Somalis run a 24-hour daycare. But when she get there, they don't want to give her a tour. They don't want to service her. And she says,
I tried to send my child to one of their 24-hour daycare centers because this is the only 24-hour daycare in Minnesota. The Somalis would not give me a tour. They did not want me to bring my kids to their daycare. It was because they was doing daycare fraud, come to find out. Another thing with them, they made it very clear their only agenda is to benefit the Somali community.
you know, most of these immigrants, they come here, they don't come here to ally with us Blacks. They don't come here to be our friends. They don't come here to service us. They don't come here to be around us. They come here to use America for whatever they can get out of it. That's something that we all have to remember because that's what it is. You open a business here in America, then it's for everyone. You service everyone. You don't come to America to only service your own people. And that's one of the biggest issues that white Americans and black Americans have with all immigrant groups right now in America. You guys come here and you don't even play by the rules, because before you had your own place, before you had your own little cities and towns, you had to come to our cities and towns. Guess what? You got all the services you need. So that's one of the biggest issues that black Americans have with all immigrants. You guys come here, you think you're better than us. You don't treat us with any kind of respect. You don't respect our history. You don't respect our language. You don't respect our country. You don't respect us at all, but yet you expect us to respect you. You expect us to put our bodies on the line when ICE is chasing your ass down the street. No, sir, it's never happening again. Believe me, black Americans do not have any allies, and we need to start marching and acting like it and voting. And
I have a whole lot to say about this Somalian situation. So I have a question. If there's someone or a group of people disrespecting you, right, but you still feel the need to defend for them for some sort of reason, doesn't that make you a punk? Now, I understand people want to defend for the illegals. I get it because of how it looks and everything. But again, if a group of people is disrespecting another group of people, but yet they claim that we're supposed to defend for them and be alongside with them because we so-called look alike, but we're not the same. So if a group, that group, the Somalian group, they disrespecting black people, as a black American, okay, and after what my ancestors went through, okay, after all that they went through, why would I defend for them? Won't that make me look like a cop-out, a sellout to my own race of people? Like, now, to be clear, I do not idolize my race or nothing like that at all. However, I don't negate the history of my culture. I don't negate any of that at all, because if it wasn't for the black culture, we would not see what we see today as far as like fashion, everything, right? We would not be able to experience the labor, the fruits of the labor, everything else within, within this world, within the United States and everything else like that, whatever. So if I'm defending for a group of people who is constantly disrespecting us, constantly, but yet at the same time, it's like they acquire for us to defend for them, that makes me a punk, does it not? I don't know. Y'all can let me know, but I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out. Like, a cop-out. Straight up. And again, no matter if you're an independent, conservative, or Republican, okay? If you're black in America, okay? We need to stand up against this, because how they disrespecting us is not right, period. Like, why we should not be defending for these people? No.
Why did I see a tweet today talking about the fact that Trump is targeting Somali people in Minnesota is going to put black Americans at risk? I don't think so. I think that black Americans and Somali people don't look anything alike, first of all. Second of all, they don't even consider themselves black.
We are Somalis, not black. There, I said it.
Somalis are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, we can't be black, bro.
Somalis are not black. Now, before you disagree with me, I just want to say, listen, right? There's no such thing as the term black. The term black only came about in colonization. I don't have to accept that side. That's why the other day when I was in a place, someone said to me, "Are you black?" I said, "I'm not black, side. I don't accept that term."
Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black.
You think that a person, any person, can't tell the difference between a black American and a Somali person? I don't think so. I think that you can tell the difference between a Somali person and a black American person. Like, I really do. And I'm just saying.
Look, after hearing what that man said about the Somalis in Minnesota, I just got to say, some of y'all needed to learn this lesson the hard way.
Y'all didn't want to believe that black Americans knew what we were talking about. You did not want to believe that. A lot of people have come to this country from different parts of the world, and the first thing they do in order to assimilate to American culture is adopt the mentality that Black Americans are just complaining and not trying to warn people who is in charge and how they feel about anybody that is not of a certain flavor. Y'all always say stuff like, I just gotta work hard enough, get the right education, I gotta behave a certain way. That is why these people are struggling. And as long as I don't act like them, I will not be in danger. And there's really no other way to explain it, That's how you feel. You teach your kids to think that way, all right? And it literally takes for them to say what that man said in order for you to start understanding that we were trying to warn you this whole time. That man literally said they're garbage. He said they're garbage and we don't want them in this country. But you know what's crazy? You know what's really crazy? You heard that one man say on CNN, they'll still vote Republican. They'll still vote alongside these people. I can't explain it, but they will absolutely keep trying to appeal to their abusers. Because at the end of the day, the sickness that I really believe has been, bred here in America is that sickness of convenience. And for some reason, it is more convenient to do everything you can to appeal to these people that don't want you here than actually take a stand and vote alongside or speak alongside or stand hand in hand, arm in arm with the same individuals who they are oppressing. Because what you really want is your shot at the top. That's what a lot of people really want. They want their shot at the top. It doesn't really, solidarity, all that stuff, they're not interested. It's like, call me crazy, but the longer Trump 2.0 goes on, I'm starting to think that the only group that did not vote with inherent selfishness and inherent cruelty was Black Americans. I would like to live in a different country now. Honestly, I'm kind of sick of this fever dream that we call America.
Somalis call us Zaires. It's basically the N-word. But they'll say it just means nappy hair. But come on. The word is used as a slur to Bantu people. If we were in Africa, we would be considered, Bantu people, right? The original people. So if you were thinking of feeling bad that a Somali was getting deported today,
What I'm witnessing right now with the Somalians out there in Minnesota and all the issues that they're dealing with Trump and deportation, is a prime example. Their response to it is a prime example of why FBAs call Black immigrants tethers. I'm sorry, I'm not one to use that word, but I can see what they mean, because the tether means to attach yourself to something. And right now, I see a lot of Somalians who have never considered themselves Black attaching themselves to Black Americans as a way of deflecting what's happening to them and saying like, oh, we're all Black and he's doing the same thing to us because we're Black, just like Black Americans. Listen to this.
President Trump and the base that is attacking our community. We understand that you are here to divide us, to create fear amongst us, and to selectively target the blackest immigrant and Muslim community in this great state. President Trump has had a history of targeting Black people long before he ever ran for any office.
Yeah, Trump targeted Black people. We all know that. But when y'all came here to this country, Black people was like, oh, good, with more Black people, come with us. And we tried to show you what it was like here. We tried to explain to you what was going on, and we were rejected. Like, let's not rewrite history. I know what happened. Y'all made your own communities. Y'all said you had your own culture, separate from us. So now that you're in trouble, you want to claim Blackness? You want to say that Trump already was targeting Black people? Us? He wasn't targeting you then. You're not Black, right? Like, it's a tether. That's a tether. That right there. If you ever wondered what a tether was, that.
So if you have 1 minute, I'd like for you to check out this video.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. You know, I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah?
So I want to say this with as much clarity as I can possibly say it. I don't believe that every Somali imam thinks this way, but this gives an indication that there are people who we have allied with, who we have supported, who we have taken on as brethren, because were it not for the African American experience, these people would not be able to do any of the things that they're doing. But we have to realize that some people are not our friend. There's a saying in the Black community, not all skin folks is kinfolk. So my decision is, if you came in during this time, I'm rocking with people who came in who have a heritage of experience in the Black community, specifically foundational Black Americans. Until you prove to me that you are an ally of mine, I'm not rocking with you.
Listen, Linda, for all the goddamn Somalians that are pissed off of me for making the post that I made, y'all have an in-house problem. Why are y'all mad at Black folks? I really want to know. Why y'all mad at us? What the fuck did we do? What y'all should be doing is getting in the field with your own fucking people and the people that actually voted for him. Knock on some goddamn doors. Have a fucking community meeting and figure that shit out. Y'all sitting up here laughing like, so we U.S. citizens. So what the fuck does that mean? Do you not see ICE running down the goddamn street chasing U.S. citizens, handcuffing them, putting them in the back of shit, shipping their asses off? Yeah, they gonna come back, but you gonna be fucking terrorized first. The whole point is to harass you. It's not to deport you, because he knows he can't. Instead of getting mad at Black folks for calling the shit out, because we did our fucking job at the polls, okay? We did our job. You need to be arguing with the folks that voted for him, because there's no reason he should be able to say anything to y'all. Y'all should all be standing 10 toes down. Not getting on the news and saying, Wigs are us, we voted for you. Don't do this to us. Yes, I saw that. Look, y'all got an in-house issue like the Latinos did. Figure that shit out. Get in the field. Start fighting. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. The ones that voted for him, they not just coming after them. They coming after all of y'all. One apple will spoil the whole fucking bunch. I'm seeing in some of my comment sections that saying, oh, that's why we not Black. That's why we don't claim being Black. Oh, we know. Because he didn't say he was trying to deport Black folks.
I think for some strange ass reason, immigrants, y'all Somalis think because we Black, we supposed to stick with y'all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We don't share an allegiance because I'm Black. Ma'am, I'm an American. There's a big fucking difference. But Theodore Roosevelt said, it ain't but one flag. That's the American flag. He said it ain't but one motherfucking language. And that's the English language. And he said above them all, it ain't but one loyalty. Undivided, explicitly, for the United States of America. If that ain't what the fuck you about, then you ain't about what I'm about. Being an American, first and only, honey. Not nothing in front of it, not no stipulations behind it. We not the same.
I'm trying to see if I'm hearing this right and correctly. The Somalians was stealing money from the U.S. government, right, through welfare, right? And now Trump and them is like basically crucifying them because they found out that a lot of the Somalians was stealing that welfare money and sending it to terrorist groups in these countries, right? Now the Somalians is like, Black Americans, we need your help. And the Black Americans is like, who the fuck help y'all need? Now the Somalians is mad as shit because the Black Americans is like, who the fuck help y'all need? And I'm sorry, as an African, a first-gen West African, please, Somali, y'all Somalian people, y'all leave our people alone. Y'all leave our people alone. Somalians be tight-knit with their own people down to the point that, like, In the African community, if you see Somalians, Eritreans, or Ethiopians around, I'm telling you right now, they're not near their own kind. Their own kind do not fuck with them because they're not like their kind. Like, I don't know, would like y'all be very quiet about the crucifixion of your own kind liking other people. Y'all act like Jews. Y'all act like Jews, I swear to God. Can y'all please leave our Black American people alone, please? Asking people for what? Y'all taking money, y'all sending money to the terrorist people down there. People need to understand that America is the only place where we can all come together and still be segregated. You want man for yourself, y'all better go help your own self out with your own community.
So, for so many years, Black Americans have watched patterns unfold. And today, that pattern is being called out. On social media, we are seeing Black Americans respond to Somalis, who are now asking for Black community support in the face of deportation policies and political pressure. But the response is not sympathy, it's memory, because memory matters. Many Black Americans are reminding them of past statements where Somalis openly rejected Black identity. Statements where they said, we are not Blacks, or we are Arabs, or we are different from African Americans. Some went as far as insulting Black Americans, distancing themselves from Black struggles, Black history, and Black pain. Now, here is the hard truth. You can't spend years separating yourself from a community, disrespecting its identity, and expect that same community to show up for you when trouble comes. Solidarity is not something you borrow in crisis. It's something you build over time. Black Americans are also pointing out the political contradictions. Some of the same people now crying for help actively supported or voted in the powers and the same system and the leaders pushing for deportation and anti-immigrant policies. And now, when that policy is turned against them, they are calling for unity. Many Black Americans are saying, we can't help you, not because we hate you, but because you rejected us when it mattered. This response isn't about revenge, it's about accountability. You can't claim we are not Black when it benefits you, and then claim Blackness when you need protection. You can't mock a people's identity, history, and demand loyalty. Community doesn't work like that. At the same time, this moment should be a lesson for everyone. Division weakens us all. If there had been genuine respect, shared struggle, and honest solidarity from the beginning, the story might be different today. What we are witnessing isn't cruelty, it is consequence. Now, the bigger question isn't why won't Black Americans help? Maybe the real question is, why was Blackness only valuable when danger arrived? So what are your thoughts on this video? Drop your thoughts on the comment section and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.